Beaten run to defend, a midweek London derby coming up and the quarter-finals of the FA Cup to look forward to. This afternoon there was the small matter of a league game against Wolves and another sellout crowd at the Valley. Nick Walton reports.
Wolves tore into the table toppers right from the start at the Valley. Akinbiyi going close for the pack from Molyneux. Steve Sedgley then tried his luck from the resulting corner. Charlton eventually managed to run with the Wolves, John Robinson getting their first real effort on target after 20 minutes. Moments later, Todd provided Graham Stuart with the perfect opportunity to open the scoring. The visitors went a little closer at the other end when Branch's cross caused panic in the Charlton box. Richard Rufus clearing the danger. Dean Kiely had to take matters into his own hands when Wanderers broke free once again. Charlton's leading scorer, Andy Hunt, was then denied twice by Michael Oakes. The second chance, Charlton's best of the half. But there was little the Wolves keeper could have done if Todd's header had been on target. Charlton kept up the pressure in the second half, Hunt once again testing Oakes. The breakthrough came moments later. Martin Pringle has had to deal with the Boo Boys at the Valley recently. He came up with the perfect response to the terrace taunts, carving out an opening for Graham Stuart early on. The Ilic midfielder did the rest. 10 minutes later, Charlton doubled their lead. Steve Brown getting their second and securing a record-equalling 8th league win. This is Nick Walton for London Tonight.
Let's begin with the league leaders Charlton, who are in fantastic form. Steve Banyard saw them take on Wolves at the Valley.
Charlton 4 points clear at the top, 16 ahead of Wolves. That's a dangerous ball in for Andy Todd. Pringle's waiting for it in the middle. Here's Graham Stuart arriving! And they all left it, but Graham Stuart was left unmarked. Good looking cross. Kiely gets a fist to it. Now Branch. Akinbiyi to aim at. It's Emblen, away by Rufus. Well, no question that Graham Branch knew exactly who he was trying to pick out there. He lost Brown, and then he was looking for Akinbiyi. It flicked up off the head of Barness, and Rufus with the covering header. On by Todd, now Hunt. He's got space here, he's got a great chance for Charlton. Denied by Oakes. Fantastic stop by the keeper. Half a dozen red shirts to aim at. Stuart whips it in towards Hunt. It's in, but it's disallowed. The referee signalling, climbing from Andy Hunt. More like mountaineering. Wolves with plenty of bodies forward here, and here's Emblen! Akinbiyi was screaming for it in the middle. Newton to Pringle. He's done well, he's got away from Muscat, Martin Pringle. Stuart! It's 1-0 for Charlton! They're top of the table, and they're going like an absolute train. Pringle with the foresight to pick out Stuart. Now Branch. Twisting and turning against Powell. It's a dangerous ball in as well. Emblen on the end of it. Charlton making a real mess of that. Brown clears the danger. On by Rufus. And Pringle's onside. A mistake by Oakes. Pringle, what a tackle! Colin Lee relieved. One back by Barness. And Brown! That surely seals it for Charlton. They've not lost since the end of November. Sedgley, Todd alongside him. Now that looks like a penalty, but it's waved away. Sedgley gets around. To me, that's a penalty. Hunt screaming for it in the middle. Still Andy Hunt, saved by Oakes, and twice. A brilliant double stop by the keeper. Hunt has scored 7 in 3, but he just can't beat Oakes today. Muscat or Simpson? Simpson it is. Oh, what a try! Pollet's follow-up. Well, Simpson had Kiely rooted to the spot there. Charlton, 10 wins in a row.
I thought it was a very good game. I think that it was end to end, and you know, their keeper pulled off some great saves, and they had a great chance near the end of the first half to make it 1-0. So, but the second half I thought was ours. And once we scored, it made, in all fairness, it made Wolves come at us and open up. And when that happened, we managed to get behind them and create a few more chances.
Are they there, do you think? Are they going to do it, Charlton?
I think so. I hope so as well, because they're a terrific club as well. When you go down there, you get well looked after. I think Curbs has been fantastic, I really do.
Yeah.
Good manager, yeah.
Because the tendency, Rob, is in the Premiership, isn't it, to break the bank and say, oh, we've got to stay in, but nobody ever seemed to panic.
Exactly, I think they run the ship right. I think Curbs, I mean, I've met Curbs a few times outside, and he knows what he wants. He knows he wasn't going to bring in superstar players that might just upset the balance, and they look like they've got a great team spirit, and you know, that'll take them far.
Play great football as well, by the way.
Right.
Good football.
I just think that one of the hardest things, you know, the disappointment of relegation, sometimes it takes a couple of weeks, couple of months to find your feet again, and I mean, with Charlton, it's never ever looked that way, has it?
10 wins on the spin, they've had, haven't they? 10.
I
8
think
in the league, 2 in the cup, I think.
His commitment as well, Mick, was important because he could have gone elsewhere at the end of the season.
Yeah, the most sought-after manager around, I would have thought.
Signed a new contract.
Yeah.
Curbishly Celtic, 8-1. Here's up at the top, Charlton City, Ipswich pulling away somewhat. Birmingham have found a bit of form from somewhere at last. Their 2-1 win over Bolton, taking them into the playoff places. At the bottom, Bradley Allen scored for Grimsby again. It really was a great win for Nottingham Forest at Walsall, much needed. Credit to Swindon as well, a goal of draw at Blackburn. It felt like a win, said Jimmy Quinn. Bet it did.
Very good game. I think that it was end to end, and you know, their keeper pulled off some great saves, and they had a great chance near the end of the first half to make it 1-0. So, but the second half I thought was ours. And once we scored, it made, in all fairness, it made Wolves come at us and open up, and when that happened, we managed to get behind them and create a few more chances.
Charlton are, I think, the best team in this league by far. I think they've got excellent players in all positions, and we tried to look for a weakness today, but it didn't happen. So I think overall they certainly deserve to win the game. I think we had our chances. We had a few chances. One just before half time. If we had taken that one, it might have been a different story. But we knew that we would concede a lot of concede a lot of the ball really here, and we tried to play slightly different the first half. But they deserve to win overall, I must admit.
We've come off the pitch, obviously listening for the other results, and Man City have won and Ipswich have won, and I'm sure that they've looked at ours and seen exactly the same thing. So some relenting at the moment. I've said that on the last 3 or 4 weeks. Just got to keep going. There's one game less. We've got a chance on Tuesday to open up a gap, but that's a long way off. That's a tough game. So we'll just enjoy tonight and hopefully get prepared for Fulham. And